Hey everybody, and thanks so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Dion, and this is D. Maria Reacts. Remember when that guy on TikTok was like, Trump, don't come to Chicago? Well, Trump came on to Chicago.
Donald Trump wanted American cities to be training grounds, and ICE listened. In Chicago, in the middle of the night, federal agents stormed an apartment building. Black Hawk helicopters, flashbangs, military-style trucks, all used in the raid. Now, witnesses say everyone was detained, no matter their status. Children were zip-tied together, separated from their parents. And the feds say that they arrested dozens of gang members. Also in the city, Charlie Kirk's group was given a front-row seat to a raid inside a Walmart.
Amazing. Secretary Noem was here. They rolled up a couple of guys, and it's rowdy. There's a lot of people around. Everyone's filming. The Secretary of Homeland Security is right now doing raids at Walmart.
What does she mean, Charlie Kirk's group? That was Benny Johnson. Watch this.
So as forewarned, I mean, we have a situation in which American cities are at the center of this ICE crackdown, and there's indiscriminate use of force against Americans, non-Americans, people here legally, people here illegally. And on the right, nobody seems to care. In fact, they love it.
I saw a video from a local station in Chicago, and residents...
Wait, before this guy goes on, whoever the heck he is, Van Lathan, his podcast co-host, Higher Learning. Whoever this guy is, he's completely annoying. But anyway, when she said indiscriminate use of force, no, it was very targeted. They went in specifically looking for Tren de Agua, okay? It was not indiscriminate. And of course, they have to secure the building of other people to make sure they get the ones that they came for. And yes, as a conservative, I'm for that. That's what I voted for, yes. Let's see what this knucklehead has to say.
Things struck me. One, they were talking about things that happened to them. They were talking about how they were treated in this ICE raid.
So, you see the title, and, watching this, the people on this panel were concerned about one thing, and it surely was not Tren de Agua, and it was not protecting the people in that building. Okay, this is an apartment building that members of Tren de Agua they were squatting in some of the apartments. Some of the apartments were not even receiving rent, although people were living in them, and the people that were living in them were members of Tren de Agua, okay? So, but that's what their focus is on. To them, that was the victims. Now, there have been people who I've seen video clips of women who were talking about how badly ICE treated them. First of all, these guys are professionals. They don't have time to play. They don't have time to coddle people. They came to do a job. You weren't injured, okay? You were detained, not arrested. So all of these folks need to calm the heck down. There is a job that needs to be done. There are illegal immigrants hiding amongst us. They have to be rooted out, okay?
Two things struck me. One, they were talking about things that happened to them. They were talking about how they were treated in this ICE raid. These are the people that, I guess, by virtue of being born here in America, are entitled to being treated like human beings. The second thing is that they were all black. And I'm going to say something. We saw this coming. Mm-hmm. We knew the neighborhoods where these ICE raids would take place. We knew that a lot of these things wouldn't happen in Beverly Hills or in Coconut Grove or any of those places like that. We knew that there would be collateral damage, that there would be trauma that would.
You know why this happened in a neighborhood that is all black? That's because that's where the illegals are allowed to reside. See, although upper echelons within the Democratic Party, politicians and voters are so much for illegal immigrants being able to hide out amongst us here in America, I tell you what, the upper echelons, they don't want them in their neighborhood. So of course, people with my earthsuit shade were going to be the ones affected, because that's where they dump these folks. You can't take them out to those rich areas that he just mentioned. They were not having that out there.
Be inflicted on our communities. We knew that people would be detained, scared. We knew that children would have to see things that they shouldn't have to see. And all of this for political theater so that we look.
No. The children have been seeing things they shouldn't be seeing. You know what they're seeing? They're seeing TDA go about their business doing the criminal activity that they do. Okay? That's much worse. That's the real traumatization that's going on. Not the fact that American troops came in, had to make everybody cool it. We can't have folks running around. We can't have folks coming and attacking us. We are here to do a job, so everybody's got to chill. We got to lock the thing down. People are going to be detained that we're not necessarily coming to arrest, but everybody got to chill because we got to come in here like with the precision of a surgeon's hand, take out this cancer, doing as little harm to the people nearby. They don't have anything to say about, that American citizens were injured. American citizens were killed. They were maimed. They were this. It's just all about, their feelings were hurt. So what? And if you were to, I'm way ahead of myself. Hold on.
Tough on immigration for everyone. It's a horror show. And I do think if it hasn't already happened, that it'll be something that even the most conservative of Americans will get tired of seeing human beings treated this way. At least that's my hope.
Even conservatives will get tired of human beings being treated this way. No. No. I won't get tired.
The one neighbor said the kids were crying. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner because they were bringing kids down too, had them zip tied to each other, saying that there were trucks, military-style vans used to separate adults from kids. What's going on?
I haven't seen any of this, so I certainly am not aware of particular neighborhoods that are targeted. Obviously, I support them finding and arresting people who are here illegally. And in the community they're in, again, I can't justify, I haven't seen which communities that they're targeting.
Well, one detail that's been left out is that they were targeting Tren de Aragua. And so Tren de Aragua is a violent transnational gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States. They traffic drugs, they traffic people, they commit violence. They inflict misery everywhere they go. And 37 people.
How rude. That dude right there with the black hat on, Van Lathan, whatever his name was, that when Scott Jennings, I'm sorry y'all, I'm chilly, I'm getting ready to put on my jacket, my sweater. When he comes on to make his comment, then Van, like some little girl. I mean, they're just sickening. Let me roll back just a smidge. But that is just so rude.
Gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States. They traffic drugs, they traffic people, they commit violence. They inflict misery everywhere they go. And 37 people were arrested. That was the purpose of the raid, the targeting of Tren de Aragua, some of the most violent people in our hemisphere. And when they come here, nothing good happens. That was
Okay,
the point.
so if it was targeting, I don't think anybody has a problem with targeting. When you clear out an apartment
Are the
building
children in
and
Tren
you
de Aragua?
zip tie children and you arrest and detain everyone.
Are the-
Scott,
are the
Scott, hold
kids-
on,
no,
hold
no,
on, Scott. You and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens.
Hold on, Scott. We're talking here, you and me. Get your other guest under control, Ashley Phillips. He needs to shut the heck up so that Scott can make his say, so he can hear the question being asked of him or the comment being made to him and be able to respond. Dude needs to shut the heck up. Oh my gosh. Rude.
Hold on, Scott. You and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them,
Arrest. See how she's using those terms as if they're interchangeable? Arrest them, detain them. No. Detain means, okay, everybody chill, hold up. We're trying to do something here. I need everybody to stay still. Don't move. That's detain. Arrest means you getting your butt on the wagon and being carted up out of there.
deprive them of their liberty, for no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children, but
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in zip
Yes,
ties.
she
But
did.
if that makes a difference to you, go ahead.
She did say the word arrest. Oh my gosh. Roll it back. Let me roll it back so you can see. She said arrest. If their liberty is interrupted for any reason, sometimes that has to happen. You know why? Because like I said before, the enemy is hiding amongst us. And they have been for years. None of this would have to be happening if the mayors of these blue cities would allow their police to arrest these people. ICE is supposed to go to the jails to grab these people, not coming out into the community in order to pluck out and find these folks. That's not the way it's even supposed to be, and neither of them are even bringing up that fact. That aggravates me, that they ignore pertinent pieces of information in order to frame their arguments a certain way. It's not even supposed to be rocking out like this. ICE should not have to be going into communities, interacting with citizens, and you see how they treat ICE, okay? You see how people show up, they snatch their face masks off so they can dox the ICE workers. They physically put themselves in the way. ICE was not trying to go for any of that this time. It's safer for ICE to pick these jokers up from the jailhouse, but they won't lock them up. I'm sure whoever owns that building is upset about the fact that TDA is straight squatting in many of those apartments.
Yes. So they're doing around Chicago, find the most vulnerable buildings and move in. When I say move in, they take over, but take on this road right now.
This is how I
First and
know
second
that
floor
TDA
today.
was
Don't get it.
squatting in the building.
Check it out. What up? Hola. Hola. Good. Bien. Check it out. Boarded up. Locks. Venezuelans. Venezuelans. I'm gonna tell you how I know. So when we was managing this building 2 years ago, we never used these locks. I'm gonna show you the type of locks that's being used and how you know that it's being who live in them. Trust me, it's been like this for like 3 months. It's all flooded. All flooded. Look. Step over right quick. Put my face mask on. Look at this. It's wide open. Risking kids, women, anybody get snatched up. Look, just wide open. Boards. Now this building, I'm hoping to run into some of the Venezuelans. That way she ain't bullshit. Regular log. Regular. Look at this shit. Boarded up. It's the boiler room. But you actually got somebody living in the boiler room. It's crazy. See the mailboxes. There's the elevators. See they spray painted cameras. Spray painted more cameras. This the front. This the front entrance. Look at this jungle. It's like New Jack City. Yeah. You can see all windows wide open. Windows broke, wide open. Cords running through up the walls. Locks broke in. So I got my keys dangling. Need to alert people know I'm coming. I don't want to surprise nobody. That's how it is. So a lot of people should know exactly why I'm here. This is just the first floor, people. Cameras sprayed. Like this completely out. Mo crib, I ain't finna be walking inside the joints, but they're going to show you right there. Broke in. The mainly occupied floors is probably the 5th floor. And all these broke into. The 1st floor, 2nd floor, they completely took over. No, they don't throw the stuff to the garbage. They just move it to the hallway and move right in. It's crazy. Look, electric cords running through into the units. Check this out. It's crazy. Just wide open. Anybody walk in from anywhere. Look at this. Just crazy. They said how I know it's the Venezuela. I told you I used to work with the building. I was here when we moved everybody in when dumbass Democrats opened up the borders and allowed everybody to come over. So I was part of the building management company. And that's just the 1st floor. Let's go to the 2nd floor. I'm gonna give y'all the 1st and 2nd floor today. 3rd, 4th, and 5th tomorrow. Again, look. Break in. Electric man. Break in. Board it up. They so bold, they don't even move the boards. They leave the furniture in the board right outside the door the apartment that they broke in. But this is what they not gonna show you. But I'm gonna show you. This been like this for months. Look at this. Wide open. I'm not about to walk up in there, but give you a rundown. That's what it is. Hazard. Every floor is a hazard. But this is what they not gonna show you. I'm gonna show it to you. Look at that. It's not a house though, but somebody living in there. Kind of got a light view. Look at this. Look at this. No locks at all. They running cords all the way to the next unit. Break in. You know, they got into a little altercation a little month back, and they started kicking each other doors in. all kind of shit. So what I'm seeing right now, the whole entire first floor and the whole entire second floor is nothing but illegal migrants. Spray paint the top, change locks. Look at that. So this body right here, they running these into these, and they run them into their apartments. It's another lockdown, break in. I ain't even gotta say that. That's clearly a break in. Yeah, they not gonna show you this. I'm gonna show it to you though.
Not paying a dime, so they're just losing money. Probably the police have been called. Hey, I got these squatters. Can you come remove them? As soon as they find out they're illegals, they ain't, they're not trying to remove them. Even after they commit crimes, either they outright don't arrest them, or they just don't even bother to even come out. Or if they arrest them, they turn them right back out on the street. It's not supposed to be going down this way. Trump told these cities earlier in the year, we come in, we can get them from the police station, from the jails, and they refuse to comply. And so ICE is having to go out into the community like they're doing, because the leadership of these cities is not doing their job. They want to buck everything that Trump is trying to do. He's the president. He is the POTUS. He's the commander-in-chief. He's the one that is in office. So everybody needs to what they should do is just step back and just comply. Because you're putting citizens at risk. So they are trying to prevent loss of life of American citizens. They're going through a great deal, and I appreciate it. I am not concerned about people's feelings getting hurt. Oh, the kids were scared. Okay. Then you adults need to explain the truth of the matter to the children and let them know that they're safe and they're okay, and the enemy has been removed from the apartment building. But they're not going to do that, of course, because Orange Man bad.
Hold on, Scott. You and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours.
They arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens. You hear her say arrest?
Detain them, deprive them of their liberty, no matter.
Then she turned around and said detained, like those words are equal. Here we go. I'm not making it up.
You and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them, deprive them of their liberty, no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children, but
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in zip ties. But if that makes a difference to you, go ahead.
Here's what makes a difference to me. If the federal government knows that there is a nest of Tren de Aragua in a city like Chicago, they have a responsibility. They have an obligation to go get them. It is unfortunate, to answer your question, that there are children put in harm's way by these violent gangs. But that is going to be the reality.
Or is it unfortunate, or is it a violation of their rights?
It's unfortunate.
Because, I mean, in this country, we have rights against searches and illegal searches.
They are being protected. Because as long as ICE gets the non-illegal immigrants, gets them situated, holds them back, detains them for a temporary time, extricate the enemy out of the freaking building, and then let everybody else go. And y'all can just go on back to living your lives. And the enemy has been removed. I'm not getting what the problem is. There is no problem. They just want to buck everything that the president is doing.
Could be effectively human shields for Tren de Aragua.
Hold on. I want to make it clear. I know that Tren de Aragua and gangs and whatever, it's a catch-all to treat people however you want, to go in there and.
What Do you even know who TDA is?
Threat the Constitution or whatever else it is that you want to do. What I'm asking you is this.
I feel
Do you think that children should have been zip tied and pulled out of an apartment complex and traumatized like that? Yes or no?
I don't think children should be put in harm's way by transnational gangs.
Just answer the question. Yes or no? Do you think that children?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
I'm asking
the
you
government's not
whether or
putting
not,
children in harm's way. Trinidad Aragua.
Real calm now. Real calm. Like
they're the ones putting children in harm's way.
Gentlemen and gentlemen, we have a responsibility for the way we treat people with the power that we have here in America. And we have a standard that we should treat human life with. And I'm asking you very clearly, concisely, should children be treated that way? Does Scott Jennings like that?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
All right, cool.
I don't believe that the premise of your question is accurate.
It's always about a gotcha moment. That ain't no gotcha.
I would ask you back. Should children be allowed to live in an apartment building with Trinidad Aragua? Should the entire community of Chicago have to live with Trinidad Aragua because they hide behind these children?
But here's the thing.
That's my question.
I think the answer to that is clear. No, they should not be put in harm's way. But the difference is in this situation is I don't want to be Trinidad Aragua.
You know why they're put in harm's way? Because the leadership in that city was not doing their job. Because all them jokers should have been locked up somewhere. The local police should have already had that taken care of, and then ICE would have been able to go right to the police station and pluck them suckers up out of here.
Can't law enforcement figure out a way? I don't think this is the first time children have been in an environment where dangerous people have been around them. And I'm most certain that in most of those circumstances, those children aren't zip tied and carried out like animals.
Can't they figure out a way? Oh, yeah, the way was already figured out. But, you know, they just don't do it. So it had to go down the way it went down.
Another one from our reporting. Tenants said it appears everyone in the building was detained by federal officers, including U.S. citizens. It was scary, said one, because I had never had a gun in my face. That person lives in the building. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me, did I have any warrants? I told them, no, I didn't. Fisher, this person says, she was handcuffed anyway before being released around 3 a.m. and was told anyone with outstanding warrants, even if it was unrelated to immigration, would not be released. So
I don't believe that for one moment. Let me see if I can find that video. I don't believe it for one moment. I saw the video clip the other day of that lady, and it was two ladies, and they were talking about how they were detained. One lady, did she use the word arrested? I can't recall if she used the word arrested or not. But I didn't believe a word she was saying. Yeah, they did this, and they said that if I had had a warrant, they were going to lock me up.
We are getting new reports about a chilling and downright shocking escalation of ICE tactics against the residents of Chicago. In the middle of the night, hundreds of armed federal agents and police, backed up by riot trucks, smoke grenades, and helicopters, breached fences and busted doors in an immigration raid on an entire apartment building on the city's south side. They pulled dozens of residents from their homes and zip ties, including children, some of them without any.
And why? Why? Because the local police were allowing Trinidad Aragua to just live amongst American citizens, Chicago residents.
Clothes. They then held some outside for hours and dragged the others into rented vans.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face.
Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
They zip tied the kids together. ICE put out a statement saying they were pursuing Trinidad Aragua gang members But U.S. citizens living in the building say they were detained too. The cops told them that if they had any unrelated warrants, they wouldn't be going back home. 37 people were ultimately arrested after agents separated children from their parents on the street. And if you're looking at this and asking yourself, how is this legal? That is the right question to ask.
We know exactly how it's legal. Because there are enemies right within this nation and they have to be extricated. And so because y'all, the legacy media, keep hyping stuff up the way that you do, ICE agents being attacked physically, they have to come in and have everybody to chill down so they can go in, get the enemy, and get out without hurting anyone else. So they keep talking about this like it's so horrible, but nobody was maimed, nobody was shot who are American citizens. Nobody killed. They got in there, they got the 37 people out that they needed to, and then they rolled out and left everybody to, do their back to their daily life. So anyway, this video is starting to get a little bit long. But here's the thing, like I said, things don't even have to be going down this way. It doesn't even have to be, it's not supposed to take place this way. But this is the way these cities, these sanctioned cities, is that the term? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that word today. But these sanctioned cities that are amicable and friendly towards illegal immigrants just coming in, living amongst us, this is the way they want things run. So that's why it's going this way. Had these people been locked up, ICE can come and pick them up from jail. That's the way it's supposed to happen. So anyway, like I said, this is what I voted for. I'm not feeling sorry for people being inconvenienced and having their feelings hurt. Because if it were me, I would not mind it. If I needed to be detained, then I would just let whomever know that, look, I can't get away right now. I'm being detained because, like where I live, like if there were people that needed to be extra, I'm going to cooperate happily. And I don't feel bad about that whatsoever. So anyway, let me know what you all think. Leave your comments down below. Like this video if you like what you're seeing, or not. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I drop a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch up with you all next time. Bye.